I'm on the voters for the coaches poll, and so I know what goes into that, and I know that I'm doing my best, but there's a lot of people out there who may or may not have seen us actually play or might just look at the scores. And so I think that the writers one is a little bit more meaningful because I know that they are a little bit more aware. But for me, most seasons we are at some point. I think the players are excited about that because, again, how I talk about each team being this team's first. It's this team has not been ranked prior to now, and so I'm happy for them because they care about it a little bit. But for me personally, it doesn't mean a lot to me. I just think the way we play means more that we played great out in the Bahamas. It means more that we played tough today when we're under all kinds of different adversity. So that's, I think, more meaningful than the number there. And I remember when I was a younger coach, I really wanted us to get to top 10 because we'd never done that, and then we did, and then all hell broke loose after that. So I think it's fine. It's good. They like it. I just was worried about Maine, and now I'm worried about Stephen F. Austin. So sorry if I didn't better answer.
How would you rate Maine's intensity in that first half compared to your teams?
Well, they looked ready to go, and we did not. Thankfully, we found enough ways to stop them, and Eliza made a couple big baskets at the end of the half. So that made it seem like it was less close and less stressful than it was. But they were ready. They're very physical. I think sometimes players have a tendency to look at the size. They're an undersized team, but they've been undersized their whole basketball career. So tell 33 that she's a undersized post player. She doesn't care. You know what I mean? She doesn't. She knows how to work through that. Tell those guys that Vonnie might have a quick step on them. Okay, well, they're going to bring help. And so I think they had a great game plan, and it took us a little bit of time to get going. It's been, I don't know if it's an island hangover or if it's a this or if it's a that, but it did take us some time. And I don't know that the second half was too much cleaner. We played a great third quarter, which we wanted to do after just an okay half. And then the game was kind of under control a little bit, and I think sometimes fourth quarters get a little bit like they did. But the third quarter, I think, is the most meaningful part of the game for our team, where we were not playing great. We didn't have great intensity. They hadn't made a bunch of shots, but they were getting the kind of shots that they wanted to get, and we came out in the third and shut that down a little bit. So that was the best quarter for us as far as intensity and game plan and execution and those kind of things.
Your veteran players, Caitlin and Yvonne, really kind of stabilized you early on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we're going to need that. I think you always rely on veterans to do it. Players like Lynn and Vaughn are as steady as they come. Vonnie has big games, and sometimes it's impressive, and sometimes you just don't even know that she has 17 or 20 points. And Lynn's maybe number one asset. She's got a lot of them. I don't know if I could say it's number one, but one of her top three is her poise and composure. She goes at the pace she wants to go at. She always seems comfortable, and she never seems rattled. And so that might be, in an overtime game against Louisville. That might be at home versus Maine, team that she's never played. Our program's never played. That might be on the road. Hopefully, she's gonna have that same kind of composure against Stephen F. Austin. But she's always composed, and I thought they did a really nice job of kind of them, along with Liz, of kind of being the veterans out there, and the experienced players.
We have some injuries right now, but talk about the positives of getting some players like Callie and Peyton and a lot of folks getting some quality minutes tonight.
Yeah, everybody who played double-digit minutes, and Esther and Peyton and Destiny specifically have not been getting consistently in the double digits. Callie's kind of been around there. I don't think she's played 20 though yet this year, and there's been a lot of good players who've come through our program who've been recipients of some of that kind of time that they might not have found if we were fully healthy and uninjured, and it's paid off a lot down the road. And I don't know if that's going to be this year or in a couple years when you can say to them, you played against Tennessee and Louisville and Maine and Stanford and Stephen F. Austin, like, remember your freshman year or whatever that is. But Zykira Rice was in that situation, and I think that it all played out pretty well for her. So I think that any minutes that we can find for them, whether that's healthy team or not, is positive.
Share situation with Maud and with Kaylee.
Yeah, they're different. So Maud is under some concussion protocol situation, so we don't know what that will be exactly. And Kaylee's got a injury she's out for an indefinite amount of time. So her right foot is injured. So there's not a timeline on her at this time.
So originally we were told sprained ankle, but what point did
foot.
you realize it might be more more than that, the foot.
Yeah. I think I'm probably the only one who didn't know. I think our trainer knew right off the bat and was working with her. I think when it happened, it was in game. So I think it's been foot. I just was unaware and didn't know exactly what to call it. So.
So you can say it's indefinite at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just when you walk off the court after a game like tonight, one, got some things accomplished. You talked about playing some of the others. Are you happy with tonight? Or is that come later? Are you thinking about all the things you didn't do?
I think I'm happy. I think when you get older, like me, and what did I tell you guys? I told the team that we're going to celebrate the makes and forget the mistakes. That's Coach Krause's old adage when it comes to shooting. Coach Krause has taught me a lot of smart things, and he's older, and now I'm getting older like him. So I think I'm happy. That doesn't mean that we're not going to watch the film and figure out how to be better tomorrow than we were today. But, I mean, the message to the team was that this is actually the time where we show our character, and this is the time where we show our toughness. Not out there against ranked opponents. Who's not up for those kind of games? Who's not up for the games that nobody has you ever picked to win or this or that? Like, who's not up for the BYU game, the rivalry game? It's the teams that you don't know about who are really good. Maine's really good. I've told the team over and over again that they're picked second or first in their league, that they've been in this conference tournament championship every year the last 10 years. They haven't won them all. They have the conference MVP returning on their team. So those are the ones that, though they don't have a lot of skin in the game besides it's the next opponent. So we have to teach them that that's the big game. And then, I have to be happy with all the wins. I think Zag fans are used to winning a lot. But I'm trying to be the person who enjoys all of them and doesn't move past any of them.
Speaking of which, you got Stanford in a few days, but you've got Stephen F. Austin, which is 4-1, and quite good for everything I've heard. How do you avoid that being a trap game?
Well, I think that we got some Texas kids who are excited to be back there. So that's one thing. I think, our team knows that they're good. We played them last year tough here. They press you all game. I think that's last year. I think we played them without Lee also. I think it was Lenny was at the point last year as well. So I think, hopefully our team, hopefully we rely on the veterans. That's what I said all year last year, that Abby and Mel and Sierra and Anna were going to make sure that we were ready to go for each game. I think that we just mentioned Lynn and Yvonne and Eliza and KK, and those are the veterans. So hopefully they're the ones who are going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting. So hopefully they will be focused on Stephen F. Austin. And I don't think that that's going to be an issue because they're a good, tough program, and our team knows it. So.
Or was that just part of the shot?
I'm a very lazy person, so like one hit, I'm a fall to the ground just cause. And I feel like after that shot, I'd like to get picked up by my teammates, have everyone involved. So it was good, it was fun. Yeah, it was intentional.
Can we, before we talk about the game, can we ask both of you just about being ranked this year? What does that mean to you?
You can go. Honestly, very proud of this team. I think we should have been ranked earlier in the season. I just think we have what it takes to be a top 25 caliber team, and for them to start recognizing like that we're able to compete with the top teams. I honestly, we're just gonna keep working because I still think we should be higher up on the list personally. We just don't come in and beat Louisville number 6 like that by 12 in overtime, and we gave them a really good game. And then Tennessee, I mean, y'all saw a buzzer beat by 1 point. We had to grind just the 3 days in Bahamas, so I feel like this team is putting in so much work, and I'm very proud. It's been a very hard 4 years.
Yeah, I would have to agree with Lynn, and just like regardless of rankings, like we believe in ourselves and we're just gonna keep working, and I think time will tell just how tough we are.
Speaking of believing in yourself, 20 minutes out there, I mean, that felt pretty good. You were the leading scorer in the game for a little while there.
Yeah, at the very beginning there, yeah.
What was it like out there for you today?
Yeah, it's awesome. I redshirted last year, so just the opportunity to play on the floor, no matter how many minutes I get, is something that I'm definitely very grateful for. So I'm just happy that Coach trusted me in today, and my teammates as well, for setting me up for the success early in the game, especially along with those passes.
A lot of times you have to wait your time here in this program. You probably learned that last year. So when you get the opportunity, just tell me what the feeling is when they say, okay, it's your turn, now go.
Yeah, I think it's like, I believe in everything happens for a reason. So I think me sitting out last year and redshirting, I think it just makes this year that much more special, or just makes me that much more grateful for every second I get on the court, because last year that wasn't available to me. So just being grateful and taking the opportunity that I get now, because I wasn't given that last year. So just being more grateful for everything I have.
Just coming back from the Bahamas with a couple injuries, like what was it, guess for kind of question the same way. Just like see all 9 people get like over 10 minutes, like everybody else got some like buckets. What is it nice to like see your other teammates get some minutes and like see them perform in like a big spot like that?
It's always good to see our teammates get minutes, and we're a team that celebrates our success, each other's success. So no, I'm just very happy for DB and Peyton and all them, and Callie, Esther.
Yeah, I think that like every day we see each other in practice and see what we can do, but I think it's also like so rewarding for the crowd to see that as well, how much work we put in. Everybody on this roster has put in the work.
Yeah.
Everybody's at every practice. So
Yeah, we know like what we're capable of, and so it's good to see and be able to show that to the fans.
yeah.
Kaylin, who's coming to the game on Thursday for you? How many people?
Are you gonna be there?
I would like to.
Well, if you're in Texas, you'll see. We're expecting. Let's do around maybe like around 30 people. At least the 20-30 people that I've talked to said that, yeah, I'm planning on coming. So we'll see if they show up. But I'm excited. Get back in Texas. Excited to see my family, my friends, and then just play in a home away crowd. So
Have your parents had a chance to watch you much this year?
they've been streaming, but not in person.
Okay. So they'll be there, obviously.
What's that going to mean to you before the game, going back home, playing in your home state? Not necessarily when the game's going on, but just the build-up to it.
I think I'm just very excited to see like my family and friends again, because you grow up playing in front of them in middle school, high school, and then once you get to college, it's like I'm 1,000 miles away, and it's hard for them to get up here, and it's like they'll sprinkle in some time to come watch, but it's not the same feeling where, oh my God, you're here, and then my family's right on the other side. So it's like I'm just very excited to just have that feeling again. Where in high school, at the end of the game, I know I'm gonna say hi, Mom, hi, Dad, and then go and say hi to someone else, or say hi to my coaches, my AAU coaches, and but I'm very, very excited.